Welcome to the broadcast. We are here to be clear. We're excited that you can hear us talking. Well, this is almost daily show, except it's Q&A Fridays, episode 9. You know what's funny, Dave? I don't think
What?
people can actually hear the noises on the live.
No, they can't?
I don't think so.
That's okay.
Yeah. We still enjoy it.
That's right. That's right.
That's all that matters. Yeah, I was listening to the differences in the music, and the Zencaster has the noises, and you can hear it when you pull it, but you can't hear it on the live or the Crowdcaster or the Facebook or anything. So they're probably like, "What is that? What are they doing?
What are they doing?
What is even happening?"
When you listen to the podcast, it'll have a nice little musical background to it.
That's right. I think you're really going to enjoy it.
That's right.
See what the benefits from listening to the podcast are? You get all the fun noises, and you know why I was just singing.
That's right. That's right. Why were you just singing?
Well, I was singing because I was so excited for the day, and I found a really cool beat to intro the podcast with.
That's
just like
right.
the beat
So in Chandler's world, that's a trigger. So anytime there's a trigger, he breaks out into song, dance, whatever it is.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. I'll sing about anything. I don't even have to have words formulated. It just comes out. It flows.
That's right. That's right. So
Probably
probably because what?
Probably because I'm the songbird of my generation.
Somebody has to be.
Yeah.
It might as well be you.
Somebody's got to get it done.
That's right.
I'll do it.
It might as well be.
That's right. All right. So today's episode is devoted to one question we had that we thought was a pretty good question. And it was the anomaly that most small business owners suffer from. And that's, how do I market when I have no money? The question is like, I'm in this perpetual state where I just barely break even and that's it. There's no money to put into marketing. There's no money to put anywhere else. I can't pay for Facebook ads, and it's kind of where I'm at, and I can't pull out of my hole.
That's right. And it's actually, I mean, clearly it's a problem, and it's a big problem. And if you're in that position, it's a bad feeling to have. And it probably feels like you just won't get out of it. And something else that I think happens when people are in this position, they make bad decisions. And so you might not have any money. And I think people make decisions, they're like gambling decisions, where they'll actually take money that they don't have that needs to be allotted to something else, and they'll push it over to a marketing budget because somebody promises them leads and money. And so they usually double down on having no money and put themselves in a bad position. What do you think, Chan? You think that happens?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think what happens is they start to look for the flavor of the week program rather than something that's going to work consistently. And they don't know where to start. They don't know how to put money into anything. They don't even know what they're supposed to do. And so I think if you're looking at marketing without an actual budget, with $0, the way it starts is, what can you do for free? What can you do to get your information and your name out and things to people that doesn't cost you money to distribute it? And the first step is obviously get content organized, put content out every day. Then if you have staff and employees and stuff like that, tell them to share every single piece. Once they share every piece, they need to be on there engaging and talking, and none of that costs money. And the way we get around Facebook's like low algorithm is we get people to share and comment on everything we do. Then I think you have to get that people funneled over through into something like either your newsletter, or you need to go around and find some high-level influencers in your community and get them to share everything. Generally, the micro influencers will do it just for like a piece of your product or something that they can use. And so we really have to dig deep into what we're doing and develop a strategy around the no money strategy.
Yeah, so I think that's your marketing plan is the no money, right? Like actually coming up with a holistic plan that looks at everything, looks at local business relationships, online social media presence, internal strategy of how are you actually leveraging your existing client base with marketing to them and to get into their networks. Once you have your overall strategy put together, which is your no money strategy, then you can figure out, where am I going to actually invest money into that strategy when you have it. When it's starting to work, you'll start to work on a kind of like a lower scale. And as it starts to work, you need to know that you need to be reinvesting back in. A percentage of everything sold always has to go back into marketing to keep it going and growing.
Yeah, exactly. So once you've got it organized, you have content flowing out, you have people sharing the information and commenting back and forth. Like you were saying, your next step is to you could go to like at least 5 local businesses every week and talk to them and try to establish relationships with them and see if you can organize some partnerships around that. Then your next step is to go to 50 corporations or businesses that have like more than 20 or 30 employees and talk to them about how you can start like corporate programs. And that's marketing, and that's like just business development. So you need to be out there doing that kind of stuff. Then once you get that organized, then you start organizing your little networking groups, and you can work around in that stuff. And you don't have to go join BNI and pay money for it. You can organize your own around all these businesses you're talking to and building and developing with. Then once you have that, none of that costs money. Then once you have that and you actually funnel people in and it's working, then you can start putting money into channels. So you can put money into Facebook ads. You can put money into Google search. You can put money into whatever you want. You can join a BNI group. Whatever you need to do, though, that's the point to where you can actually put the money into it. But until then, you got to be a guerrilla marketer. How can I put my feet on the ground and get in front of as many people as possible, as often as possible, and make sure that I'm continuously just hustling to get myself into a position to where I'm finally comfortable and I'm not starving anymore.
That's right. And I think like you just touched on a little bit, marketing encompasses a lot. It's not just, what are we doing for marketing? And that translates over to Facebook ads. Your marketing is, it's all your processes and procedures, and everything you should always be able to go back and tie in, how am I then communicating all this to my existing clientele, the world, whatever it is. That's your overall marketing plan. Right. So it's not just marketing equals ad spend. Marketing should be everything you do should be built around marketing.
Yeah, I think we get that confused a lot because like social is incredibly important right now. People think that's marketing, and people don't understand the differentiation between it. And marketing is what you want it to be, and it can be as hard as you're willing to hustle for it. And so marketing should encompass everything, both online and offline. And a lot of people they'll kind of start making their content and pushing it out, but they really don't like going to businesses and talking to people, or they don't like going to corporations and talking to them about wellness programs. But if you really want your business to succeed and be ultimately successful, those are things you have to do. You have to schedule your content to go out every week. You have to schedule boots on the ground to go talk to businesses. You have to schedule sending emails out to all these local corporations and then following up after you send the email in person to talk to them. You have to be consistent and persistent. And if you can do both of those things, you can start to generate a lot of business around what you're doing from within your community without having to spend money on it initially. And then when you do, like we were saying, you just reinvest back into what you're doing. Maybe 5% of your overall profits or your overall budget goes back into marketing.
Yeah, we allot in our business, in our gym business, we allot 4% on all sales. Has to stay in marketing. So now if we needed to, so if I was finding that we're not growing enough, we have, our marketing's exceeding that budget, we'd have to increase the budget, which would then take away a percentage from other places. We'd have to readjust how our business runs. But
yeah, exactly. So that's pretty much what it looks like if you have no money. It requires you to actually get out there and hustle a lot. It requires you to have your staff hustle a little bit. And it requires you telling everybody, hey, if you want to take it to the next level, these are the things we have to do. And this is how we succeed. And this is how we become ultimately successful. And we get to a point where we can pay people what we want to pay people, hire the people to do the things we don't necessarily want to do or have time to do, and then grow ourselves into another position. And it bridges the gap between business development, marketing, sales. All of these things are interchangeable roles that need to happen at the same time. A marketer should be a really good salesman because they should understand both avenues and they should be able to do both things, because like social media is marketing, and then sales is going in there and talking to corporations, and sales is going there to local business development and building relationships. And I think people get confused with sales as well. It's not just telling people they need stuff. Sales is ultimately communicating to another person why they should or shouldn't purchase your product or participate in your product. And it's ultimately just building the relationship, just like marketing.
That's right. The same thing at this point, especially in a small business, it's pretty much the same department, right? Like it's if you're marketing properly, you're doing the sales functions built into the marketing system, and it's all necessary. And I think that's a roadblock small business owners get into, and especially in the service-based businesses. You want to just be with your clients and doing what you love to do, but you got to go out and make sales and market the business and put effort into it. In a little bit of an effort or half-ass a little bit, like it just doesn't pan out for you. It's just because you got to go all in on it. With no money, you have to put in a big effort. The more money you have, the less effort you have to put in, because you can hire the right people and pay for it, right? But on a budget, no money, that's why business owners and entrepreneurs work nights and weekends.
That's right. That's why as you start, you're putting in 16, 20-hour days to make sure things function and work.
Whatever it takes, yeah.
Yeah, and so then that's what it takes. And if you're not willing to put in that much work and that much time, that's okay. It's just maybe this isn't the thing you should be in and the thing you should be doing. Or maybe you should go find some people to invest in your company so that way you can build it up and you can start it the way you want it. And that's a decision you have to make at that way. Do I continue to bootstrap this and continue to try to build it myself? Or do I find someone who can essentially funnel money into to help me survive while I build it and to provide me with the strategic planning and advantages and help that might propel me forward? Because more often than not, investors are people who will invest because they want a return down the road. So they'll provide some strategic advice and information for you to move forward.
That's right. So this is actually, like, I think our passion in this is building and helping with the game plan. That what's it look like? What are the different, how's the different ways to set it up? Internal marketing strategies, external marketing strategies, local biz dev, all that's so exciting.
Yeah, it's huge. It's way better than sitting there just trying to build crappy lead campaigns. It's essentially brand management long term. Right. It's how do we start you off now and how do we get you to where you want to be down the road? And that's ultimately what we want to do. And that's what we like to do.
I'm realizing now, you know what you and I are, Chan? We're cheap partners. Right?
That's right.
We don't. I think we should actually readjust the pricing that we look at. We're actually super cheap strategic partners. Bam.
Yeah, it's true. At the high level, people at the highest level, this would be like a $15,000, $27,000 a month project. Yeah. And we offer it to small businesses at a rate to where they can actually afford it.
Well, we just know, these are the discussions that we always have is, this is actually, technically what market rate should be. Almost like in the gym business. It's like, well, what's my hourly? It's 75 and, we should be charging $200 a month for group, and people are doing it for cheaper because they want to help people, and I think that's what we do, but I don't think we have a problem with it. We love it.
Yeah. And ultimately, when working with smaller businesses, you can scale up bigger. You work with more people. You don't become dependent on one or two entities for what you're doing, which is it's exciting and it keeps you engaged. You're not always working on the same thing.
That's right.
All kinds of people have all kinds of different problems.
Yep, that's right. So either way, we love it. So if you're out there and you want to talk shop with us and jump on calls or jump on a Facebook group and ask questions, we just love interacting. Helping.
Faux show. Mo interaction.
Mo better.
Mo better.
Yeah.
Mo better. I always say.
Good stuff.
All right. Good times. We will be back Monday for another episode. If you guys ever have questions, as always, post them in the comments. If you're listening to this on the podcast, go give us a 5-star review because you think we're awesome. And if you want to be in the hot seat, shoot us an email. We'll put you in the hot seat Thursday and we'll solve a problem.
That's right.
This is Chandler and
the Dave Picardi
signing out.
See you guys next week.
See ya.